have him come up and talk to you guys all about hydrogen tonight. And then we'll get to the demo, we'll shorten it a little bit, we'll answer questions at the end. So that's on the agenda. So please welcome Mr. Jose Kangen.
All right, thank you all for being here. I know, first of all, you're here because of Kangen Water and Amanda. So first of all, I want to give it up for Amanda, you know, for being such a wonderful person, not only, you know, just as a great individual here for the Tri-City area, but also a person that's trying to get us healthy. Because I know, you know, that's how I met her. And a gentleman here exposed me to the water, myself, Carl, exposed me years ago. And so from there, I just kind of took it all off and started really studying why this machine is getting people healthy. And, you know, through my research and, you know, looking at institutes that actually study hydrogen, there is one, and it's out of Oregon. And it's called the Molecular Hydrogen Institute. And their whole objective is to study molecular hydrogen. And I decided to take that route. But, you know, one of the things that when I was getting the water here in Tri-Cities, I was coming in just on the weekends doing my concerts in Spokane, Moses Lake, that area. I do them in Seattle as well, but I was always stopping to see my buddy Carl. So he would give me the water. You know, when I was here on the weekends, I would take it back with me. And, you know, that's kind of when, you know, I was getting to turn, you know, here 39, 40 years old, and I really started to think about my health. And I remembered how well I felt when I was having the water. So I picked up the phone one day and I said, hey, I want to buy a unit. And then that's when Amanda got a hold of me, and she was luckily in Seattle doing another demo somehow, and I just said, hey, I'm ready for this, and I just purchased it right on the spot. Not only, you know, because it's therapeutic, but also I believe that it could impact my family, you know, because now my family all own units as well. So that was something that I really wanted to do. But that kind of spurred me into what now I'm certified in. And now I'm going to go over a presentation with you. It's a short, little brief overview of what is molecular hydrogen. And if you didn't know, that is also coming out of the Kangen machine unit. One of the beauty things of the unit and why it's still the gold standard in the industry, it is because it goes through two processes, ionization and electrolysis. And that's something to write down why it's so special. Not only the ionization, which changes the pH levels, but also the electrolysis. And that's the segment of what I'm going to talk to you about, because that's where hydrogen comes out of. It comes out through the electrolysis process. This could mean, well, you need a couple things to make this happen. You need water, first of all, of course, but you also need platinum, and then electricity. Those three things combined is what's needed for electrolysis to happen. So I'm just going to go ahead a little bit in this presentation, and it'll work. It was working earlier. There you go. So first, let's talk about hydrogen, right? Where was it discovered? So hydrogen in the 1950s was discovered in certain locations around the world. But of course they didn't know it was hydrogen, right? They just knew that it was water, and this something enriched in this water was getting people healthy. So in the 1950s they discovered it in Lourdes, France, Tlacuta, Mexico, Japón, Amanda likes when I say Japón, so Japan, and the Himalayas, of course, and in Germany. Oh, hey.
Hey, Mike.
Good.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So these are the places where this water that was just therapeutic, helping people live longer, was discovered. And so scientists started thinking about what's in this water. Why? Well, they realized that there was an electrolysis happening in this water. And that's where the hydrogen was taking place. Maybe it matters in regards to certain waterfalls, certain depth, where the water was crashing onto these rocks. So there was a process that was happening in the environment where molecular hydrogen was being introduced. And so this is why the gold standard, this is why Japan, of course, they created this unit. They said, you know, how do we recreate this so that everybody can take advantage of this in their home. So that was, I just wanted to give you a history a little bit of what they discovered in the 1950s. So what is hydrogen? Hydrogen is the smallest element on the planet, and the therapeutic properties have come out in regards to over 170 human diseases, and that is what it's helping, right? So we talk about diseases and we talk about together with oxidation. You know, usually if you have a disease, you're going to have oxidative cells. We all know that, right? So through the scientific studies, and these are all public, so you can go to PubMed, you can go to the Molecular Hydrogen Institute. These are all published studies that have realized that what is hydrogen doing. So through the studies, they've had it, it's safe for all humans and animals. It is a selective antioxidant, which means that it will just go into your body, negatively charged, and go attach itself to a free radical, wherever that free radical is. So I'll talk further why that is very beneficial, because as you know right now, the majority of us take antioxidants in a food form or in a pill form. Right? So that's the majority of us take antioxidants that way. Of course, the hydrogen it helps us. The studies are coming out for anti-aging. It can help us in injury because inflammation is huge in injury. We all know, especially if you're an athlete. So it improves fat and glucose metabolism. The studies have come out where diabetics, as you know, they need to control their sugar levels. So these are just what the scientific studies have done. They say it is able to go into the body, attach itself to free radicals, and then balance that blood sugar level. So one of the going backwards. All right. So free radicals and toxins. Hey. So we're going to talk about that. Everybody knows free radicals. Raise your hand. You know what a free radical is, right? As we all know, it is everywhere. Like everywhere, there's free radicals. We're getting bombarded by them. The TV is giving off a free radical to us. I mean, that's most definitely. That is one of the reasons why we need eyeglasses. I have contacts on. Trust me, I wish I didn't need them. But that is a form of oxidation. And we are exposed to them. And this is just a factoid here. Every day, 70 to 100 trillion cells are attacked by free radicals. And that causes oxidation, causes inflammation. We really can't escape it unless you got to be in a bubble, right? So that's the only way. So really, our bodies can't keep up, with all the free radicals. We just can't. So we need help. That is why, obviously, pharmaceutical companies have said, "Hey, we need help," and they make a lot of money, right? Billions and billions of dollars, because they're trying to get us to fight free radicals. They're trying to make sure how do we fight it. Okay. I don't know why, but we're having some issues. Okay. So everyone who's seen the Kangen presentation, the analogy, right, is always the example is an apple. I mean, I'm sure everybody can say, yes, I've heard that before. Okay. Well, I kind of wanted to give you a picture, just a side-by-side, exactly what an apple, what happens when you leave it out. I mean, from cutting it, it just totally gets oxidizes, changes color, and dies, I mean, pretty much. Just like a cell. Normal cell, attacked by free radicals, and of course, creates oxidative stress, which can cause diseases. All right. And so how do we fight them? Everybody, please, have you heard of antioxidant? Right? Good. Pretty much, I mean, you know, if you have children, you're a parent, I mean, that's one of your fights, right, with your kids. You're trying to get them to what? Hey, drink water, get them OJ, get them blueberries, get them vegetables. You're trying to fight oxidation every day. So antioxidants are going to help you. Well, many of us go to the store, we try to get the blueberries, we try to get all those berries to get us antioxidants. But at the same time, when we're consuming those, we're also causing oxidation through the digestive system. You know, so just think about that. Yes, we are getting the antioxidants, but also because our digestive system is going through its normal system, we also are oxidizing ourselves at the same time. So the best way is to absorb it, literally absorb it, from your esophagus all the way down to your stomach. That's what happens with this wonderful Kangen water. And now you're not worried about that digestive system excreting and going through an oxidation because of this awesome Kangen water. So I kind of wanted to just briefly discuss what is happening. So the machine does two processes, ionization and electrolysis, right? So the electrolysis, this is the part where in this machine there is platinum membranes. One is positively charged, one is negatively charged in this machine. So these platinums, they're bricks in the system. I've seen them before. They're quite well. Hello. They're very well made. Let's just say. But so water will go through these platinum membranes, and then electricity is introduced to it. So when that happens, it is going to give off or separate. Literally, it's going to separate the H2O molecule into O2, basically oxygen, and then leave a hydrogen out. So it's going to separate that, and then now that hydrogen is going to have electron circling around that atom. That is what exactly happens. So that hydrogen has this electron circling. When we consume it, that electron then can attach itself to a free radical cell. Because that's what's happening. We have all these free radicals. The reason why they call them radicals is because they're not whole molecules. They're trying to complete themselves. So they're going around our body, jumping around everywhere, just trying to get consumed and balanced. Really, they're trying to find balance. And when you don't have enough antioxidants, or you're not balanced, let's just say if you're kind of acidic, well, those free radicals are going to have homes to stay in our bodies. And that's really what's happening with diseases and whatever we're encountering in the bodies. But I kind of wanted to show you a little bit, just to tell you what exactly the machine is doing, just so you can kind of understand it and realize that we talk about ORP and the negativity. Well, a hydrogen with one electron is negatively charged through nature. And so that is why it is also coming in the body and trying to find balance. So it's going to attach itself to something that's positively charged. And free radicals are positively charged. So that again tells you, why they're so beneficial, and also why they permeate the body so well. Something that MIT, I'll give you another factoid what they're working on. MIT is actually working on a microscope that can actually see what hydrogen is doing to iron. What they're saying is they're going to come out with they're going to be able to see hydrogen penetrate iron because it's so small. And that is one of the properties why it's so therapeutic, because it's penetrating every single tissue in our body. But that's something that I was reading in some of the science and technology magazines of what they're developing, which is really cool because, you know, it tells you the power of hydrogen and why in the next couple of years you're already hearing about hydrogen fueling. Everybody's talking about it right now. You're going to start seeing on I-90, I-5 freeways, you're going to start seeing hydrogen fueling stations in the next couple of years. That's already happening. I mean, they're already putting it in semi-trucks. That's happening right now, and also in big tractors. They're also doing, but that's again, no, it's literally hydrogen. So, but I'm just telling you what's coming up in hydrogen. So you know, and I mentioned antioxidants, how we get them. The majority of us get them through supplements and through vegetables. Okay, that is the majority of us. Well, I believe only 1 in 16 households have one of these units.
1 in 18,000.
1 in 18, I'm sorry,
Yes.
yeah, I meant to add zeros. Right? So think about that.
Oh my gosh.
So think about that right now. So that stat alone. I mean, you can't even put it in a percentage, right? So everybody is consuming it through supplements and food oils. But if you have, I call them a hydrogen-enriched water unit, that's what I call them, but they're Kangen units, you're now going to have the most beneficial water there is. And really no byproduct, right? Yeah, we will. Thank you. So just a little factoid on antioxidants, and this will be done. We have more of more presentations on hydrogen. As I said, you can go to Hydrotonics, you can go to Amanda's website as well. And you'll see just some more information. I mean, we have over 1,000 studies that you can go and read on your own. We also have some hydrogen books that you can order, and you can read those in the privacy of your home as well. But on this, on facts, I mean, you can become toxic in certain forms of antioxidants like vitamin A and vitamin C. Did anybody know that by chance? You can. And the reason is because those vitamins only go to certain areas of the body. That is why. And of course, we talked about this, and they got to be digested. So, you know, that just alone is going to give you free radicals through oxidation, through digestion. So again, water and hydrogen water, specifically Kangen water, is going to give you the benefits that really no other machine on the market right now is going to be able to do. And so with that, I'm going to hand it over to Amanda, and she's going to show you a bit of how hydrogen's in the system through a demo that she's added here. So thank you so much. I really appreciate